TV special.
Special presentation.
A special presentation. A
Werewolf
special event.
by Night.
Yes.
It's about
a werewolf.
A guy who's a werewolf.
And you won't believe it. He does it at night.
So he is a werewolf. He is one of the worst werewolves I've seen in my life. What did you think of the werewolf design?
It was fine. I thought.
Really?
I thought it was... You see, the thing is I didn't think it looked great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could see that I think it was trying to go for like a sort of cheap look.
But at what point?
No, because I think the whole vibe of this Werewolf by Night show is it's meant to harken back to like those like cheap horror specials. Right. Now I do think the design is bad. I do think it is a bad design, but I think it's one of them where I'm like, I can see what they were trying to do. I don't know if they did it well, but I can see the idea. My
question then would be, the whole plan with Werewolf by Night, because obviously nothing Marvel is sacred, it's to set up a new section of the MCU. Can you see fucking Werewolf by Night with his goofy ass 1940s design in the same shot as like Moon Knight or even Man-Thing? I think it just looks off, because I get what you mean. It's very much a design which is intentionally cheap, but have they not kind of shot themselves in the foot?
I will say with the Man-Thing design,
sick.
The Man-Thing looks great when it's in black and white. I thought when that little scene in colour, you could really see
the sequel bait.
Yeah, like I felt like the floor, like you could really see the floor. I definitely think the black and white look definitely helped to hide some of the weaker effects. Yeah. Where like, you know, like I mean, some of it you can't, but like I feel like the black and white, like with Man-Thing, I thought Man-Thing looked great in the black and white stuff.
I agree.
Because whatever like imperfections to it in the CG, which like you couldn't really see it as much. Yeah. Whereas when it was in colour, it did not look all.
No, it was very obvious.
It did look terrible.
Yeah.
There's been worse. Like She-Hulk looks worse.
Oh, absolutely.
But like,
do you think She-Hulk could be saved if she was in black and white?
Probably, yeah. But like genuinely, like I mean, that was like kind of the interesting thing. Is like the black and white like cinematography, I think definitely helped it look more interesting as a show.
Well, absolutely.
Or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, you know,
special presentation.
Like, you know, like obviously with like the blood and the gore, they were able to do some pretty like. I mean, obviously it's not.
I think there was.
It's not so, but like I'd say it was a lot gorier than like. I mean, like because my Marvel was saying.
I can think of one particularly gory moment.
Like, I mean, there was.
Where he kind of like snaps the guy.
I mean,
you know what I mean, like the
but I'd say like there's some like for like something that's on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
That's like not like.
I'm
not
assuming this is a 14 plus.
16 plus.
16
Which,
plus.
funny enough, you know, Moon Knight's that rating as well.
Really?
Which I was thinking.
No wonder these flopped. I mean, Marvel's general audience is about 11.
Well, as well as that, with Disney Plus, if I remember right, I think by default, it doesn't put you to like the full.
Yeah, and if you're not at the right age.
Because most of the Marvel stuff, I think, is like 12.
It just doesn't show it.
Yeah, I feel like most of the Marvel stuff is like 12 plus. Because I imagine
I mean, it doesn't even tickle your balls with it.
Yeah,
it just
disappears. Yeah. Because I remember when I first got Disney Plus.
Yeah. I had to like, you know what I mean? I was searching on Disney Plus for Moon Knight, and I was like, where the fuck is it? Have I been lied to?
You've been gaslit into thinking it exists.
Yeah.
It's like I remember when I first got Disney Plus, and like it literally like. If you don't put your like age rating like all the way to the highest one, like you do not see the content. Yeah. So I do imagine like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people like, you know, obviously people who watch Marvel and go online would know it was coming out.
But will they? Because is Werewolf by Night? I mean, okay, we complain a lot about Marvel being too interconnected. And I think Werewolf by Night represents a really good thing in the MCU. It represents this idea that we can have things in the MCU which is standalone, its own thing. Yeah. But is that not going to be the thing that fucks it over?
Well,
and so means we're never going to get anything like it ever again.
You see, well, this is the thing, because I love the idea of Marvel going, okay, we're going to make special presentations where we just do these one-offs, which I assume...
Special presentation really does sound like Kevin Feige with a PowerPoint.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. they'll do like a Marvel keynote, and that's like the special presentation. But like, you know, because like I mean, obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday specials coming out. I imagine that will fall into that because it's just
true,
like
but that has the name recognition.
Yeah, which that
and
already has.
It will just be a Guardians movie.
Which it'll be like it's basically just going to be like a Guardians like. I mean, I don't know how long is it. Have you said how long it is?
Minutes. I think it's 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Which means it's about 30 minutes with 30 minutes of credits.
Yes. It is so funny when you go on like Disney Plus and it's like you look at the run times for these like shows and you just know that it's lying to you.
You have to do some mental math.
Yeah, you literally I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, because like sometimes before I'm going into work or something, I'm like, okay, I'll watch this and I'm like, okay. So I have to like calculate it in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving for work in like an hour. Right, this is about 55 minutes. There's about 8 minutes of credits. So, 55, I'm like, okay, so it's this long. So I guess, theoretically, I should have time to watch it. And it's like, it lies to you. Because it's like, because it includes credits. But like, so, yeah.
Also, just quick, congratulations to Marvel.
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night didn't have a post-credit scene.
I was genuinely shocked. Is that technically the first Marvel thing? Wait, no.
Well, Endgame, but did Endgame... I mean, Endgame obviously had a reason to not have a post-credit scene.
Endgame does technically have something, though.
That's the hammer.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Because it's Iron Man making... People thought it was like...
a tease that he's not really dead.
Yeah, or like it was Ironheart making her suit. Or it was... Like, people thought it was something.
But why would... Most general audiences, if you just hear like clank, 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 like you'd be like, Ironheart, that's what that means! Like...
True, but anything about the Doctor Strange post-credit scene, where it was that lady and
that's true.
The entire cinema was like, who is that?
Who is that? And I'm like, I recognise the actress, but I know I'm meant to recognise the person. Like,
do you really think like Sam Raimi sat down and made that post-credit scene like people are gonna fucking lose their
To be fair, I remember like you were telling me about like fucking She-Hulk, like when the Hulk's on that ship.
Yeah.
Which I love how in that show they never bring that up again. That's like Hulk just on a ship.
It's because it's setting up World War Hulk.
Like why would you? That has nothing to like. Okay. Imagine, right? If Moon Knight had a fucking tease for Ironheart, like randomly in the show,
imagine
no sense.
Imagine halfway through Werewolf by Night, Man Thing was like, my people need me, and just like vanishes, and it's just setting up the Man Thing TV show.
It's like was it Ant-Man that has the after credit scene, and it's of Captain America: Civil War. Yeah. And it's like
Spider-Man No Way Home's after credit scene was just a Doctor Strange trailer. They just gave up. Just fucking put the trailer there.
Put a trailer for this, I guess, but
then they try and make the trailer look like it's a sequel to No Way Home,
they barely reference.
Yeah. So it was just misleading marketing.
Yeah, like, because I remember thinking, I genuinely at that time was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. Like, you know, I like the idea of, okay, if the next Marvel thing's gonna have like a direct connection, but like Captain America technically was like that, the first one.
Yeah.
Where it has the tease for Avengers, which makes sense because it ends essentially right as that whole thing is kind of starting. But like, it made sense, but like. They literally, they make all like Multiverse of Madness is gonna they're all connected. They don't even bring it up.
So no, I'm genuinely shocked Werewolf by Night didn't have one.
I genuinely thought there would be even a silly one.
I really thought it would be like Moon Knight says to Werewolf by Night, we should make a team.
I'm putting a team together. Like,
you know the one at the end of Morbius where it's called I thought it would be that exact same thing.
Intriguing.
where Moon Knight's like, I've been hearing about the Spider-Man.
I've been hearing about this Spider-Man.
I think we should put a team together. A Sinister Six, if you will.
But Werewolf by Night was I thought it was good. I really liked it. But it was all that where I liked it in the sense of I definitely think it's a weak script. I think the script is really bad.
Yeah.
It's a shitty Marvel humor. The characters are paper thin.
Yeah.
And but I think what helps it is I think the cast is fun. I think the cast do a pretty solid job.
Yeah.
Michael Giacchino.
Isn't there a Scottish guy?
Yeah,
He was fun.
He was fun, and I feel like I
love Scottish people.
Yeah, I wish they were real. I think the cast were fine, but I think what helps it is Michael Giacchino's like direction and the score.
Yes.
Really helps it.
Yeah.
Because I think you could definitely tell it's from someone who is having a lot of fun with the concept and is really enjoying it, and like it's just really well shot, and I think I assume this is meant to be kind of like a test to see if Michael Giacchino would want to do. And I remember there was a Q&A because it premiered at a festival, it was like a surprise thing, and he'd done a Q&A, and he did say he would like to do a full transition to do directing, like full time, and I do wonder if I guess the plan is maybe for him to do with like a movie. I mean, it would make sense because it seems like the Marvel.
Blade.
Yeah, I mean that would be perfect. If he done Blade, because I feel like that. Because I mean, Marvel's whole thing seems to be, if you've done this Marvel thing, you could do this Marvel thing. Yeah, obviously the guy who's doing Secret Wars wrote WandaVision. And
I would love that.
So it makes sense.
I would love Blade to be. I mean, if they have no idea what Blade will get delayed.
That goes what I'm saying, isn't it? It's about next year.
But if they have no idea what Blade's gonna be, I would really love for Blade to be just Nosferatu, the old film. Yeah. It's just that same film, but with just Blade.
Well, I was reading about with Blade, they have a thing about Blade apparently the initial plan was it was going to be set over multiple time periods, which I feel like if that was the case, it should be a show.
Yeah.
That makes more sense for it to be a show. Because I love the idea of, here's a Blade show, but, it's all about Blade's, misadventures, showing all these different periods.
It is mad how
that's great.
Miss Marvel should have been a movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Eternals should have been a TV show.
Yeah.
They just can't figure it out.
Hawkeye could have been a movie.
Falcon Soldier could have been a movie.
Yeah, Moon Knight.
Could have been a movie.
Could have been a movie. I'd say pretty much all of them. She-Hulk feels the most like a show.
She-Hulk should
so
be a TV show.
It feels like that's the thing is
it's
She-Hulk.
A show.
It feels like a show.
How is that such a big thing? That it's actually a show.
Yeah, it's not just a 6-hour movie. Miss Marvel especially was how the fuck did that happen? Where Miss Marvel literally feels like they crammed 2 seasons of a show.
Well, it's because it feels like there's a Miss Marvel movie. It feels like there's a Miss Marvel movie in there, episode 1, 2, and 6.
Yeah.
There's a Miss Marvel movie, and then they went halfway through. How the fuck do we turn this into a TV show?
And it's
and so just stuffed another plot in there.
But all they could have done was just took the 1, 2, and 6 stuff and just put more in.
Yeah.
Just put just fill it with some more meat. It doesn't have to. The idea of Miss Marvel figuring out her powers all in New Jersey, and it's a Spider-Man thing where because that's the thing is that stuff's great in the show.
No, exactly.
That's the best part of the show. Absolutely. And then she fucking takes a trip somewhere else, and the show dies for 2 episodes, and it's boring.
Yeah.
And it's and that's the thing. These, and it's. I mean, now it seems like Marvel's kind of a mess because Werewolf by Night is a fun, low key, really it's this little special that hopefully stays as just a nice little deconnected thing, which is exactly why it was.
But that's the thing they've said. It's to set up the new monster side of the MCU, which we obviously need.
Which I don't mind that if it means that there's just a whole side of the MCU that just exists. Yeah. Where it's okay, we're gonna do this. Let's do the more supernatural side of Marvel, where they don't have to connect. But maybe Man-Thing shows up in something that is related to that.
I would love to see
a
future where we have Moon Knight and Blade doing their if they want to be team up movies between Moon Knight and Blade, that's fine. Maybe even bring in the fucking Black Knight fella from Eternals.
Yeah.
But just kind of have them doing their own thing.
These old little circles where because they were trying to do that somewhat with Guardians of the Galaxy, where that was the cosmic side, and for the most part, Guardians has kind of stayed separate. Yeah. For the most part, Thanos is in Guardians 1.
I mean, I can't imagine Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night. That's a little rap. Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, or even Blade. Can you imagine them in the next Avengers movie?
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that's why I mean, I'm sure. Blade at the very least are trying to connect because remember Eternals.
Oh yeah.
That stupid post-credit scene where he's just his voice, which you wouldn't know that was Blades, really. Like, you really wouldn't know. Like, it's just a guy.
But again, some comic fan orgasmed.
Some comic fan were like, like, so they clapping like a seal when they saw that. Like, because they heard, like, a voice. Like, it's just, but, like, Werewolf by Night works because it's a fun, low-key special, which comes out, doesn't, I watched it, didn't blow my mind. But it's one that went, like, okay, great, like, I can watch that, and it was fun. And, like, and I hope Michael Giacchino ends up doing something else. I hope he ends up doing a movie. I think that'd be great. Whether or not they'll let him be as creative as he was. Because there's some really, like, I love it, Werewolf by Night, the transformation scene. Yeah. Where you don't see him transform, but you just see, like, the flashing light where he's becoming it. And you see it, and it just keeps, like, zooming into, like, what was the character's name?
The girl.
Yeah. Whatever.
Something Bloodstone.
Yeah.
Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah. When, like, it's, like, her, like, reaction to it.
Yeah.
And you don't actually see him transform. Like, that shot was fucking great. Like, that was a really, like focuses on her for, like, a good, like, minute. Like, just, like, and like, the action scenes were, like, really fun. And, like, you could, like, they were, like, cohesive. And, like, you could follow them. And, like, like, again, the script and, like, the plot is very, very paper thin.
Yeah, I think the first half suffers from being too dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
The first half drags.
Like, I feel like they almost could have made it even simpler, but, like, in a good way, where it's, like, it should have just been more, like, I would have probably preferred the idea of none of these people knew each other. Yeah. And it was kind of a thing where they randomly stumbled upon this thing, but then one of them was a werewolf that is trying to keep it. Like, I feel like parts of the story work, but I think the idea of everyone knowing who each other is, and it being a big, like, celebration thing.
I thought the plot didn't work at all.
It's weirdly, I feel like it was, like, a bit too much. Yeah. When they probably could have made it simpler in a good way.
For a 50-minute thing, I weirdly struggled to follow it.
Yeah, it's a bit like, because, I mean, that's the thing as well, is, like, I don't understand the obsession at Disney Plus to try and make things as short as possible. Yeah. I have noticed that, like, and I've noticed, like, with this thing, I feel like, why not make it like a 70-minute thing?
This so easily could have been an hour